cream, whipped cream.
You know I like whipped cream.
And oh boy, oh boy, this is the way you serve it, just like that. Well, you know, this recipe was really too easy.
Is it too easy?
This was too easy, yeah.
It's not easy for me.
You're doing it
See
right.
that?
Yeah, yeah.
Ow! Uh-huh.
And now?
You know, we're out of time.
We're out of time.
Yeah.
Well, we're just going to have to cut something out of the middle. On this show, that's not going to be hard to do.
Of At Home on the Range. Are you feeling any better?
Oh, I feel fine. What do you mean, am I feeling better?
Well, because you asked me for an Alka-Seltzer in there.
Well, I got a little heartburn, but that's normal.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, well, as long as you're feeling better.
I'm fine.
That's what happens when you eat the food on this show.
No, I didn't eat the food. I didn't eat the food. We put too much of that red pepper in there. It wasn't good.
Well, but you did eat dinner tonight and you cooked for yourself.
No, my wife cooked for me.
Oh, okay.
She made me some potato soup.
And that gave you heartburn?
And a cheese sandwich. No, the turkey sandwich.
Uh-huh.
I think the turkey had been around too long.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What are we making tonight?
We're making ravioli with tomatoes and zucchini.
Okay.
In fact, and we got to boil that a long time, so.
Okay, well, you get the water started, and I will tell you what you need for this recipe.
All right, the water is started.
We will need 2 packages of frozen cheese raviolis, 3/4 pounds of hot Italian sausage, 2 cans of diced tomatoes, 1 medium zucchini, thinly sliced, 1 teaspoon of basil crushed, and 1/2 cup of ricotta cheese. But we don't have ricotta cheese, so we're using grated cheese.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, we're using Parmesan.
We're using Parmesan
Yes.
cheese.
Yes.
Okay. So for all of you at home, and if you missed that, of course, you can check on our website at hotrange.com.
Yes. What did you say, Barbara?
Do you see what the crew gave me? It's a pin.
What is it? Number 1 bitch. Oh. Boy.
They said it went with my outfit.
I'll second that. Woo.
Excuse me.
Boy.
I got some really, really fun things off the internet today. Can I read some of them for you?
Well, if they're clean.
We get so much email.
This is a family show.
Yes, yes. A dysfunctional family show, but we still are a family show. Okay, this came to me over the email. Yes. Remember when I had the dancing zucchini last year?
Yes.
You made fun of that. Okay, a woman is frustrated with her love life because her husband has a massive crush on Bridget Bardot and ignores her completely. To win back his attention, she goes to a tattoo artist and has the letter B-O-B tattooed on her breast. Now, the tattoo artist warns her that age and gravity would probably make this unattractive later on in life. And he says that she should tattoo it on her butt. So she agrees.
Barbara, this doesn't sound to me like it's going to be real clean.
It is. It's a clean joke.
No.
So she gets a B on each buttocks. And then when her husband gets home that night, she greets him at the door by turning around and bending over and exposing her artwork. And she says to him, "What do you think?" And he goes, "Who the hell is Bob?"
Oh. Barbara, that's awful.
Isn't that awful? Okay.
That is terrible.
What is the biggest problem for an atheist?
What is the biggest problem for an atheist?
No one to talk to during sex.
Oh.
Okay, now this is for our Australian fans because you know we are seen on the Lifestyle Channel in Australia.
Are we really going to go to Australia?
Yes, we are. Okay, a Texas farmer goes to Australia for a vacation. There he meets an Aussie farmer and they get to talk. The Aussie shows off his big wheat field and the Texan says, "Oh, we have wheat fields that are at least twice as large in Texas." Then they walk around the ranch a little bit, and the Aussie shows off his herd of cattle. And the Texan immediately says, "We have longhorns that are twice as large as your cows." The conversation has, meanwhile, almost died when the Texan sees a herd of kangaroos hopping through the field. And he says, "What are those?" And the Aussie replies with an incredulous look, "Don't you have grasshoppers in Texas?"
Now that's good.
That was a good one.
Yes.
That was a good one.
Australia is big.
It is.
It's big.
And we're all over Australia.
Yeah.
We get a lot of email from Australia.
Do we?
Yes, they have a very good sense of humor. In fact, this is an email we got from Australia. Why do you think women fake orgasms?
No. I wouldn't
Because
think-
they think we care, replied the other man.
Oh.
Had to think about that one, huh?
Yes. Yeah.
See, and that brings me to my next email.
All
Do you
right.
know that there is a men's language and a woman's language? And you can say the same thing, but you mean totally different things. For example, in the woman's language, this is the woman's guide to men's English. Okay? I'm hungry means I'm hungry. I'm sleepy means I'm sleepy. Do you want to go to a movie means I'd eventually like to have sex with you. Can I take you out to dinner in men's language means I'd eventually like to have sex with you. Can I call you sometime means I'd eventually like to have sex with you. And when they say what's wrong, that means I guess sex tonight's out of the question. Now for women, okay?
All right.
Okay, this is for
I hope this starts making some sense.
Well, that's because it's two different languages.
Okay, great.
That's why you and I don't communicate.
Okay.
When a woman says, "we want," means I want. When a woman says, "do what you think," it really means you'll pay for this later. A lot of people can relate to that one. When a woman says, "we need to talk," that really means I need to complain. When we say, "sure, go ahead," that means I don't want you to, I'm not upset, of course I'm upset, you moron. When a woman says, "this kitchen is so inconvenient," she really means I want a new house. When a woman says, "do you love me," it means I'm going to ask for something expensive. When a woman says, "how much do you love me," it means I did something today that you're really not going to like. And if a woman says, "is my butt fat," really means tell me I'm beautiful, you'll have to learn to communicate, just agree with me, are you listening to me, too late, you're dead. See, so if you go by these simple rules, you'll get along
Do you
better.
realize how long that took, Barbara? Boy.
Your water's boiling.
Good. Now when we put these in, it's going to quit boiling.
Okay, it's going to quit boiling,
And then when it starts-
we are going to cook that for how long?
And when it starts boiling, we're going to, we're supposed to cook it for 20 minutes. We're not going to have that much time.
Okay, so do we just, well, we'll make believe.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, we probably almost have enough time. Almost.
Should we set a timer?
Let's put this on and then it'll start. Yeah, we'll set the time. When it
Okay.
starts boiling, it'll start boiling.
Now, what do I have in this pan?
That's sausage.
Sausage.
That's hot sausage, real hot
Hot
sausage.
sausage.
Yes. Boy, there isn't much fat on that sausage.
No, is this pork sausage?
It's pork, it's Italian sausage.
Well, speaking of porks, I was reading in the Weekly World News, there was this farmer and his pig exploded.
Oh, no.
No kidding, this comes right out of Romania. It says a farmer had just slaughtered his prized pig for a family feast when it exploded into smithereens and killed the farmer. It says here Now, apparently this is a custom in Transylvania. They normally inflate the pig using the exhaust of a vacuum cleaner or a pump to make the skin taut, and then they burn off the pig hair and they use the skin for something. I don't know. Transylvania, what can I tell you? So anyway, this guy didn't, his vacuum cleaner wasn't working.
Now where do they plug in the vacuum cleaner?
I don't know. Okay, so now this guy from Transylvania, his vacuum was broken. So what he did was he pumped up the pig with butane gas. And then he tried to burn the hair off with a flame. And so anyway, it says here they had to scrape him and the pig off the wall. And his wife says that she is going to fix the vacuum cleaner.
You're supposed to be, why aren't you stirring?
I'm stirring, well, because you got me on the pig thing. You know, and I'm trying to, since we're into...
We'll put a little olive oil in there.
Olive oil in there.
Well, this is Italian, so we'll put a little olive oil in.
And so, you know, since we are international now, I'm reading news from all over the world. I bet you didn't know that.
How international are we?
Well, we're in Australia.
Oh, wonderful. Well, there's 17 people live in Australia.
No.
And 12 of them watch the show. All right.
And we're also going to be in Spain soon.
Really?
Olé,
They won't be able to understand us. They won't understand us.
They don't understand us in English, so what's the big deal?
All right. All right.
I know that there's a lot of people that find us by flipping through the channels, and then they sit there for a few minutes and go, what the hell is that? And then before they know it, the half hour's over and we got them.
Yeah. No, that's right. That's right. That's why we have an audience. The only reason.
That's right.
They can't figure out what it is, and they're afraid to turn it off. It's like a crash on the freeway. You don't want to look, but you can't help it, you know. Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what? There was something else in the news. In Compton, California, which you are from Compton.
I was raised in Compton, yes.
Okay. Compton has the first drive-through funeral parlor.
Really?
This is the God's honest truth. You drive up, they have a viewing glass, and you can slow down, look at the dead person, and then keep going.
You know, that as many murders as they have in Compton, that's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah. Boy.
It's really true.
How is
See?
this looking?
Drive-through mortuary offers mourners the convenience of viewing the newly deceased from the comfort of their own car.
Now these are diced tomatoes.
Diced tomatoes.
Organic.
Ooh,
They're
look
organic.
How
Look at that.
lovely. Organic. Does that mean they were grown in poop?
No, I don't know. Look, they painted the inside the can. I don't know where Royal gets this stuff. It's weird. I've never heard of this brand. You know.
Foaming pasta.
Oh,
yes, and
we
I
didn't,
have to show you this one.
We didn't time
this
the pasta.
This is from Pretoria, South Africa. Man spends 8 years with hatchet in his head.
Yeah.
This is true. I got this in the Weekly World News. It says farmer John Roush has a hatchet embedded in his skull, and he isn't going to do anything about it because he's scared to death of doctors.
No.
He's 37 years old, and he has a wooden-handled tool stuck in his cranium for 8 years without seeking treatment. I guess it fell off of a shelf in his garage and hit him in the head, and he didn't feel anything. He said at first it hurt a little bit, and his wife wanted to call an ambulance, but he decided not to. So he just, because he's afraid of going to the doctor, so he lives like this. And this is an actual picture.
Well,
Could you believe that?
Yeah, that must have got some part of his brain. That he'd walk around that long with that hatchet in his head.
I know.
Boy.
Oh, gosh. Okay, here's the zucchinis.
Zucchini.
Zucchini.
Yes.
Oh, look at this. Mm-mm-mm. Every now and then I get tempted to eat the food on this show. And then about 2 hours later, I'm dying.
Yeah. You know, since we started cooking, my heartburn went away.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, see, that's because your mind is busy.
We forgot to start the timer.
Okay, so how long you think that's been?
Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, so we'll set the timer.
We know what we could do. We could cut them open and try them.
No, don't do that.
Okay,
no.
that's a bad idea.
That's cheating.
That is cheating.
That's cheating.
Yeah,
right.
Okay.
All right.
You know what I did read in the newspaper, though, that really kind of upset me, because you know I love talk shows. The Star had this thing in here. It says, watch out, talk shows are bad for you.
They are.
And there's a man who's written a new book.
That's probably most of your problem.
Do you think?
Is watching talk shows, yes.
Well, there's a new book out called Tuning in Trouble. And the guy says that the talk shows, if you watch a lot of talk shows, people are very impressionable. And then they think they have what the people on the talk show has. That guy had a cousin, and he watched this thing about lesbians, lipstick lesbians, and what they did, and he was convinced he was a lesbian.
Oh. Was he?
He's on Prozac now.
That's looking good, Barbara.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I found this thing. It's called Redneck Etiquette. There's a hot new book out, and it's called The Guide Hick is Chic. The Guide to Redneck Etiquette for the Grossly Unsophisticated. And then here are some tips from the book. It says ears should be cleaned regularly in the privacy of your own truck with your own truck keys. A good bloodline should be protected. Don't date or marry outside your family unless all your cousins are taken. Flossing teeth is important. Lightweight monofilament fishing line works almost as well as store-bought floss.
You know, it probably would.
Yeah?
Where do you suppose that term redneck came from?
I don't know.
I wonder.
I don't know.
We'll have to look that up.
We'll have to look that up.
Look that up on your computer.
Okay.
Okay.
It says here, when approaching a four-way stop, drivers should remember that vehicles with the biggest tires always have the right of way. Now, you really believe that. He believes the rule of tonnage.
Rule of tonnage, yes. That's why I drive the big pickup truck.
That's right.
Because then you always have the right of way.
That's right.
Yes.
And the way he drives, people just get out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I followed you one time in his motorhome. We were in our motorhome, and he was in his motorhome. And it was really funny because cars would just scatter. Scatter.
It was night, and I couldn't see. No, really. We come off the freeway, and it looked like there was painted lines, but it was an island with rose bushes in it. And I went right over it. Oh,
and
golly.
he was towing a vehicle.
Yes, well.
Cars stopped all over the place. We couldn't believe it. We were right behind you in the motorhome. My husband says to me, should we follow him?
Oh, dear. Yeah.
He said, what would you do if I did that? I said, I'd get out and call a cab. That's it.
No.
Your wife's a brave woman to drive with you.
She pays no attention to that at all.
Really?
No, she just sits there and reads a book or listens to a tape or something and doesn't pay attention to it at all.
Sure, she's scared out of her wits.
No, I've been doing that for years. When we were up in Idaho and I went in the RV park and drove over all the logs and knocked them all over, that was so funny because this RV park had regulars, people that they live there all the time, and not much happens, you know. And when I run over all these logs and the manager was saying nasty things to me because I knocked them all down, and they had about 50 people standing around watching.
Really?
It was a great show. Because I told her what she could do with her logs. Oh, boy. I'm not going to go back there.
No, I don't
But
think
it was a beautiful spot in Idaho, northern Idaho. Gorgeous.
Really?
Oh, beautiful, yeah.
Well, the last time we went with him, he drove over this water main in this motorhome park, and we didn't quite see him because he took off before us, and we're going, where's all this water coming from? My husband says, oh, somebody must have drove off the water, broken the water main.
Looked like Yellowstone Park.
It did. Yeah,
it did. The guy got a little upset there, too.
Yes, slightly.
But when you can't see, what are you going to do? You know? Yeah. Okay.
These look done.
No, well, do you think so?
Yes, yes.
How can you tell?
Well,
your mother was an Italian, I know. Your grandmother.
I bet you if you pull that one of those out, you'll find that it's really finished.
What cooks in I've never cooked these before in my life.
Oh, really?
Never.
Okay, you have to break it open and you can see what it is.
No, it's going to be a little hot.
It's going to be a little hot. That's why you don't really want to touch it. See? And then once it cools off, if you taste it. Okay, wait a minute. That was just the first one. Ow! Ow! Got hot water on. Yes, that's done.
It's done.
Taste it now.
Okay. Well, no, I'll take your word for it.
Here, I'll cool this one off.
I'll take your word for it.
No, taste it, taste it.
Well, you've had it all over your hands and
I've been
everything.
tested.
Have you? Okay. What's the stuff in here?
Cheese. That's done.
That's good.
Do you like it?
That's good, yeah.
Okay. Well, here, let me get my handy-dandy mitts.
All right.
Okay. And
I'm going to turn this down a little bit because it's boiling too fast. What the hell is that?
Oh, my flower.
What is that?
That's my singing flower.
Oh, boy. Now we have to move this stuff. What do you think?
Oh, all my articles?
Or
my
maybe you better read a couple
news.
more. Maybe you better read a couple more things from there.
Oh, should I?
Yeah.
Well, I am just a world of information. Just a world of information. I have another cute joke for you that I got off the internet.
Is it clean?
Yes, someone sent this to me. John invites his mother over for dinner. During the meal, his mother couldn't help noticing how attractive and shapely the housekeeper was. Over the course of the evening, she started to wonder if there was something more between John and the housekeeper. Reading his mother's thoughts, John said, "I know you must be thinking, but I assure you, our relationship's completely professional." About a week later, the housekeeper came to John and said, "Ever since your mother came to dinner, we're unable to find the silver gravy ladle. Do you think she took it?" So John says, "Well, I don't know, I'll write her a letter." So he writes her a letter. "Dear Mother, I'm not saying you did take the ladle from the house, and I'm not saying you did not, but the fact remains that one has been missing ever since you were here for dinner." Several days later, John received a letter back from his mother. "Dear son, I'm not saying that you do sleep with your housekeeper, and I'm not saying that you do not sleep with your housekeeper, but the fact remains that if you were sleeping in your own bed, you would have found the gravy ladle."
Well, that's good. All right. That's pretty good. All right.
Alive!
Now we're gonna put these.
Okay, we're putting.
Spread them around a little bit.
Okay, we're spreading around our little raviolis.
Oh, that's good.
On our sky cam.
No, maybe we can put that. No, wait a minute.
No,
I'll tell
that's
you what we
pretty
can do.
hot. So you know what'll happen. Oh, raviolis are done.
Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Now just set that down. Right there.
Okay, we're setting that down
Yes.
right there.
Now we're gonna put this in here.
Oh, look at that.
Doesn't this look good? Oh, this does look so good.
That does look wonderful. Your hat's in the way.
Oh, that's right. I gotta watch that. Gotta watch that. Gotta stand back like this.
Stand back like that.
Stand back like this.
Just stick your chest out and stand back.
Stick your chest out, Barbara.
Okay, now we need Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, we gotta get. We're seeing too many
Zucchinis?
zucchinis. We gotta
Okay, let's
cover-
bury them.
Here, take this and bury it.
Okay. Okay, we're burying them. This is a rough one. How about if we take some of the pasta and put it on top?
That'd be good. Yeah.
Does that help?
That'll help. Yeah.
Oh, I should
That'll
have
help.
my sanitary gloves. Oh, the rubber's sticking to me. How erotic. Okay, now you can really get in there and hide those little zucchinis. Okay, we're hiding those little zooks.
What?
Well, I'm hiding the zucchini. You told me to hide the zucchini. What am I saying?
God. Well, boy,
Some
If she-
circles. I don't know if that's...
if she had a brain, she'd take it out and play with it. You know. So, oh boy. Okay, that's looking good.
Okay, that's looking
That's
really
looking
good.
Now we'll put this on first. Oops.
Okay. Oh, real Kraft Parmesan cheese.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Authentically Italian.
Yes, it is. Come on, here, let's come out of there. There it goes.
It's all stuck together in the can. How old is that?
Oh, it's brand new. We just got it. This is from Kraft Goats. Okay, that's enough. Now.
Okay, now what are we going to do?
Now, to make it look a little bit like Christmas, we're going to put a little green on it.
Look at
like
that.
This. Now, there. Now, doesn't that look nice? Okay, now I think we're done with this.
We're done.
Recipe.
Another successful dish. Thank you for watching at home and here in the studio.
All right. All right. All right.